Come on, everybody. Here we go. Off to Weberland.
Hi, friends.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome back to our podcast. I'm Kristen.
And I'm Ryan.
We are Adventures in Weberland, episode 43.
We 43.
40. Oh, boy. Ooh. It gets to like that point of the night where nothing makes sense.
It's a windy night.
It is. What are you doing? Yes, it is a very... Yeah, the wind is harsh.
It is. And my mic is low, and I feel like I'm shrinking.
Well, I think... maybe if you adjust...
Ooh, but then you can't see my face on the beautiful YouTube if you watch it on there at Adventures of Weberland.
Right. You know what I saw today on Instagram?
What? Okay.
Actually, we were talking about Animal Kingdom and how we're going to spend some more time there when we go our next trip, because I love that park. It's one of my favorite parks. I know nobody likes it, but I do.
It's okay.
But we were discussing, because we make our dining soon for our trip, and... not that you have to make a dining reservation for Satuli Canteen, but we were discussing that place. Did you know they served breakfast?
No idea.
I didn't either.
I thought it was lunch and dinner.
Well, so they haven't served breakfast since 2017.
Wow.
But they're bringing it back.
So that's why.
Actually, they brought it back already. So for you early birds that pop into Animal Kingdom, I mean, I think out of all the parks, Animal Kingdom has the best food.
Yeah.
So,
well, the Bao Bun Burger...
Yeah,
is awesome.
That's Satuli Canteen. That's in Pandora. But I found that interesting, and I didn't know, you didn't know. It's been a very long time since, I guess, they've served breakfast there, but it is back. Disney Food Blog is where I saw it. And obviously, AJ's all over that, of course.
You should top it off with a night blossom at the little place outside.
That's early for a slushie, but sure.
Hey, yeah. When you're in Disney...
That's fair.
There's no rules.
That's fair.
That's it.
Also, Bath and Body Works. I haven't gone yet, but apparently, like, I guess down like near Disney World, there's been lines and lines and lines because they released their Disney Princess collection.
Wow.
Yeah, lines like to get in.
Oh wow.
Like a crowd.
Yeah,
you know.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I haven't been yet, but I will dabble. I think.
Let's try to find it.
Yes.
Okay.
So this episode. We are going to discuss some resorts. We have been asked by a bunch of friends recently, especially, who are looking to plan vacations down to Disney World within the next year. You know, they've had a bunch of questions about resorts, like, you know, where to stay, what's the best, bang for your buck, basically. You know, some people have kids, some people don't have kids. So that takes kind of a factor into that decision. Absolutely.
Very important.
You know, how much time are you going to spend in the park? You know, are you going to have an off day, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Million questions. Yeah. But we were thinking about it. We were like, we never really talked about the different tiers, the different levels of resorts, and just about the resorts in general. So... we're going to do like a 3-parter here. This is part 1. This episode is part 1. We are going to discuss the value resorts in Walt Disney World.
And this one, yeah. And then we're going to go to...
in this episode. That's right.
What? The moderate, and then the deluxe.
Right. So there are 3 tiers when it comes to your resorts, or the resorts that Disney World has. There is value, there is moderate, and then there is deluxe. And every resort fits into a certain category.
Yeah.
So again, this episode, we are discussing the value resorts, which, why are they labeled value resorts? Well, because they're the most affordable.
Yeah, they are. And I mean, I think we've all stayed at one. So at one time or another, somebody, everybody. Yeah.
Yes. So there are 5. There are 5 value resorts in Walt Disney World. 3 of them are considered the All-Stars. So you have All-Star Sports, All-Star Music, and All-Star Movies. Then you have Pop Century. Yeah. And then you have Art of Animation, which is technically the most recent of the 5. Okay. So we'll start at the All-Stars, I think, right? We can do that. Yeah. So again, sports, music, and movies. I'm not going to lie to you. You know, you might hear people say like, oh, you're staying there, or you know, sometimes there's nothing wrong with these resorts, because my point is that that's where we started staying originally, at the value resorts at we still do. But the All-Stars and Pop Century especially, that was our place.
It's hard with kids, but it is, I like it because it's I feel like I'm fully immersed in Disney.
Yes.
So I feel like I'm there. You know, it's like, I don't know, I think it's a great place to go, because if you're just going to the parks, why are you gonna spend all this money staying at this nice place? And like, especially if it's just like me and you and I. To me, that's like the best part about it, I think.
Well, it's funny because you and I are actually taking a mommy daddy trip for a long weekend.
2 days.
Yeah, a little longer than 2 days. But we're going for a long weekend towards the end of the year. And I right away, I was like, I want to stay at Pop or I want to stay at Movies. Because like I miss staying there. We haven't stayed there in a while. Yeah. You know, we have stayed there with Jagger, just not Bowie. But when it comes to the All-Stars are considered a well, I guess, are they considered Animal Kingdom Resort area?
Yeah, I think Animal so. Kingdom I think they're really area. Close to that, yeah.
Yeah, so, I'm trying to, I wanted to talk about how, when you get on property, on all 5, not just the All-Stars, but on all 5 of the resorts, like kind of like how you said, you are fully immersed. So depending on the theme of the resort, so let's take All-Star Sports, for instance, right? Because that's the very first resort you're going to see when you enter that area. You're going to enter through the All-Stars, and boom, right to the right is All-Star Sports. When you get off the bus, you get out of your car, however you're getting there, and you want to walk around, you are literally walking onto different types of sports fields, right? There's a football field, there's a baseball area, there's a basketball area. Everything is themed. All like the buildings are themed, right? Mighty Ducks, right? They have the Mighty Ducks. Yeah, everything is themed. Each building is themed to, in that particular area, a certain sport. Then you go over to All-Star Music. Same thing. Every building, every area has, a certain...
Yeah, I really like the theming. I think it's the best part about these, honestly. And besides that, I think the pools are amazing at the All-Stars and all these value resorts. Like, they're always very well themed, just like the rooms. So like I feel like it's good for kids, but I just at the same time I'm like, the rooms are a little small for 4 or 2 adults and little kids. I feel like when the kids are older, it's going to be perfect. Like because we're going to be in the parks.
Yeah, so. Especially when your kids can sleep in a bed, right? We still have one that is in a pack and play. Bowie's only 18 months old, so putting at least for us,
soon enough.
Having her in a bed, I probably wouldn't sleep. I'd worried she'd roll off the bed. But again, that's a personal thing, right?
Yeah, but still, there's no room for a crib. Even if like they give you one, it's hard. So, but like, there's so many great things that are like. That are a plus when they're of age.
Yes.
It's just, value, first of all, is amazing. Being immersed, the food, there's a lot of options there. We always liked going to the food at the value resorts.
Yeah, so in my opinion, one of the best things about eating there is that it's almost like a food court style area, right? Yeah. So it's huge. Yeah. There's plenty of seats. You're not going to get your food and walk around with your tray for a long time.
No.
Compare that to Captain Cook's at the Polynesian, you're going to have an issue there because there's not a lot of seating. That's kind of the point I'm making here.
Yeah.
So it's like a food, in my opinion, it's like a food court, like when you go to the mall, right? It's like a food court style. When you're going up to get your food, each station is also, has certain food. If you're looking for more of like an Italian, want pasta, chicken parm, spaghetti and meatballs, whatever, that's its own station. You want burgers, chicken fingers, French fries, that's another station. And then each resort kind of has its own, like, one of them does like salmon and like pot roast.
I think there's always pizza, there's always ice cream.
Yeah.
And then you can get your drink. You know, you can get your mug that you can refill too, which is also a great value too if you're going to be there for a while. And I feel like we've never really had a problem finding a seat in these value resorts.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The best part about
it's big enough. It's big enough where you won't have that issue. There are no signature restaurants at these resorts. But you know what? That's okay, in my opinion. I mean, there's enough food there, you know, to I don't know.
There's something for everybody, and I think it really is like you can go. Okay, do I want Italian? Do I want burgers?
Right.
Do I want, you know, and it's perfect. And honestly, when we did stay, where was it? Art of Animation, I think. Jagger always, he knew like there was always something for him. Like they always had something for
the
everybody.
Kids meal is fantastic. Yeah. And honestly, and this goes for all of property. I actually just want to point this out because we are discussing food. This has nothing to do with just the value resorts. This is everywhere you go on Disney property. If you have an allergy or you have an issue with you know certain types of food or anything like that, let them know because they are super accommodating. Like it is. I've never experienced that before. You know, my mom, for instance, she's come down to Disney World with us. Both my parents have a couple times, and my mom has a shellfish allergy, and they're fantastic. The chef literally comes out. Yeah, and, you know, my mom's not one. She's just like, oh, it's okay. You know, like you know, yes, she's allergic, but you know. But they're fantastic. So I just wanted to make that one little point just because we were discussing food. True. Any type of allergy, whether it's dairy, gluten, nuts, whatever it is, let them know, and they're super accommodating. But yes, the kids' meal at those resorts, yes, there is something for everyone, even the pickiest of eaters. Trust me.
That's true.
Because we have one.
Yeah. Well, you know, and also where you do the whole baggage thing. What is it called? Why can't I think of the name of it? Where you pick up your packages and everything. The front end there, where it's amazing service there too. Yeah. For those value resorts, because everything's right there. I feel like I feel like the service was better there than the other deluxe resorts, honestly, because like I don't know, they just made sure I was always taken care of, or if I needed a luggage cart or anything or anything delivered, we get food delivered. It was very, very well taken care of. So.
Yeah, so Bell Services.
Yeah. Why didn't I think of that?
When you get there, again, if you're coming from a bus, it'll pull right up to the front of the resort, and you know you get off, or if you're gonna park your car, you want to park it where the front entrance is, and like Ryan said, everything is there. Bell Services is literally right next to the main entrance, and when you walk in, the front desk is right there. All within that building is usually the arcade as well, the gift shop, and then your food court, and I believe a public restroom as well. Yeah, the gift shops are good too. I really enjoy those. Absolutely, yeah. So just be mindful. It's I was going to say refrigerator. It's not a refrigerator. At the value resorts, other than Art of Animation, take Art of Animation out. Well, okay, wait. I got to reset this comment because now I'm thinking the All-Star Music also has family suites. So, if you are staying in a studio room, which is all of All-Star Sports, all of All-Star Movies, and all of Pop Century, okay, you have a beverage cooler. That's true. In your room. We found out that the hard way. It is not a refrigerator. All-Star Music does have studio rooms as well, but they also have the option of a family suite. That's like the little like hidden gem. Yes. Like that to me is like a great thing to stay with a family because of the room. Yes. So we have before with Jagger. And what it is when you walk in, it's going to look like your regular studio room. It's going to have one. Is it a full? I don't think it's a queen. I think it's a full bed.
I think it is a full bed.
I think they're two full beds. There's one full bed already down, and then you have a Murphy bed, which is the bed that folds basically into the wall. So you have two beds right there. You'll have your bathroom, but then off to the side is not a full kitchen because there's no stove, there's no oven, but you do have a microwave and you do have a full refrigerator and freezer.
It's crazy.
Yes, and then
sink.
And sink, right? And then you have your bedroom. So you have 3 beds technically, and then another bathroom as well.
Yeah.
I believe one has a tub and shower, like tub shower, and one only has a shower. Right?
Yeah.
I'm almost positive. So that is an option also at All Star Music if you are looking for that 1-bedroom suite and you can't, either you can't afford it or you don't want to pay the money at at Saratoga or Old Key West or at a deluxe resort. Again, there is the option at the Value Resort. It's not as big, but
I like it.
It is a 1-bedroom.
Have we done it like twice? I think.
At All Star Music, yeah.
We
did
really
it twice,
enjoyed it. I think the suite is the way to go if you have kids like us, because you just have that extra space that you need, and you can put, you can have a crib or whatever. And I think I don't know. I just think there's so many options there that it's worth the price. Like Disney always keeps it low, too.
Right?
So. Like, I think it also depends on the trip that you want to take. So,
it's always going to
these places. Yeah,
it's always going to depend on the time of the year, of course.
You know what I like too is the parking. Like when we rented a car, we could park right near. They have lots all around the Value Resorts where you can really park right near where you're staying, and so it makes it easier to to get in the car. Go if you are renting a car to get close. To not walk too far.
Yeah, there's that's an option for a lot of the resorts, whether it's value, moderate, or deluxe.
Yeah.
They do have that option as well, but it is convenient if you do have a car.
Yeah.
Yes. Art of Animation, though, back to the suites, if you don't mind. Art of Animation, for the most part, is a family suite resort. There's only one section that has regular studio rooms, and that's the Little Mermaid section, which is the furthest section of the resort. So again, if you are looking for that, family suite, and you have little kids especially, we always recommend Art of Animation to a lot of people because of how immersed you are. At that resort, they have a little Lion King. I don't know. Lion King section.
Cars.
Thank you. Cars. Help me out here. Finding Nemo. No.
No, it's Lion King and Cars and
Nemo.
Then Nemo. Yeah.
Right?
I think so. Yeah.
Why am I blanking?
I don't know. We've only stayed in Cars, so that's why.
We have only stayed. Well, we've walked around though. We've walked around. You know why I said little? Because I was like, remember Little Nemo? Remember that movie, Little Nemo?
Yeah,
Little Nemo. Finding Nemo. The Lion King and Cars. And it is just like you literally. Like it looks like if you feel like you were dropped off in Radiator Springs. So like it is so cool. The kids love it. The kids absolutely love it. So those are family suites. Again, they are going to be more money than a regular studio room. Art of Animation could reach between $500 and $600 a night, but it's still cheaper than going with a deluxe resort that's a 1-bedroom. Now, if you're going to venture to Pop Century or Art of Animation, those are both within, they both sit on Hourglass Lake. Those are considered the ESPN Wide World of Sports, whatever it's called. It's that resort area. Yeah. The awesome thing about those two resorts is the Skyliner.
That's true. But it makes it a little more expensive to stay, but you have that transportation option. Now in the morning, the line's long, but the rest of the day, it's pretty good. Yeah, and it goes fast. I think
that's the thing. Like we've waited on that long line with the two kids, and it's not as long as it looks. No. It's constantly moving because the gondolas are constantly moving, unless somebody if there's a handicap. But even that, it's off to the side.
I mean, I feel like that's the only difference too between Pop and the All Stars
Yeah.
is that it has a Skyliner,
Right.
and maybe it's a little bit bigger the room, possibly the square footage. I don't know.
They're
I don't
not.
think so.
No, they're all of the studio rooms are actually the same size.
Yeah.
The only reason why you're going to see a little bit of a price difference between the All Stars and Pop Century and the studio rooms of Art of Animation, it literally is because of the Skyliner.
Yeah.
There's no other reason why, and it's really not that much more. Out of all those value resorts, Ryan, we love Pop Century.
We do.
We
do.
before kids, like that was our place.
Yeah.
Why? Don't know. But we
We
love
go there.
it
We just
so much.
always find an inexpensive room, and it was very convenient being there.
And very comforting for whatever reason
Yeah.
for us. I mean, we were staying there before the Skyliner even existed.
That's true.
That was our place. Pop Century's theme is literally the centuries.
Yeah.
It starts at the 50s and it goes to the thousands, 2000s.
Yeah.
Fun fact: Art of Animation was supposed to be the front end of the centuries.
Oh, okay.
They built the 50s to the thousands first, 90s, whatever.
Yeah.
50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, I think it goes to. And then the other side where Art of Animation is, because again, it's just over Hourglass Lake, right over the bridge, was supposed to be, the 10s, 20s, 30s, 40s.
That's right. I think I heard that.
But they decided to scratch that idea and they went with Art of Animation, which
I think it's better.
is super cool.
Yeah.
So that's really the only difference between because again, you're gonna go book and you're gonna go, how come Pop Century is more money
Yeah.
than the All Stars? That's why.
That's why. Yeah.
And the awesome part about it is that you can hop on the Skyliner and stop at the other resorts. You can go to the Riviera. You can go to Caribbean Beach.
That's right.
You can go to that's literally how you get to Epcot and Hollywood Studios. Keep that in mind if you are going to stay at Pop Century or Art of Animation. There is no bus to Epcot.
Yeah.
There is no bus to Hollywood Studios unless the Skyliner is down.
That's true.
If it's running, that's your only way to get to those parks.
Unless you go to TTC, like go to Magic Kingdom and take the monorail to Epcot, but that's a lot
Don't do that.
of work.
that's way out of the way.
Yeah.
That's going to take you like another extra hour.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
I just think, I like Pop Century for us, for families. I like Art of Animation. And if you really just want to go to the parks, then you go to the All Stars. That's the way I look at it. It's like couples go to Pop Century or single if you're going by yourself. And then like I feel like families should go to Art of Animation. I mean, you can go to Pop too, but it's tight. And then All Stars is good for like, let's go to the park all day and just a place to sleep.
Interesting you say that. Okay. Okay.
Because it's just, it's still great. You can still enjoy it, but I feel like you're not going to walk around these value resorts like you would technically with the other ones.
Yeah.
Like the lobby is smaller. It has a lot of benefits though, and that's what really we're trying to hit on.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Again, these are incredible resorts. We love them.
Yeah.
We really do. And if you're looking for something affordable and you want to stay on property, these 5 resorts are the best ones to check out, honestly.
Yeah, I think so. Because, I don't know. I'm just happy to be there. So it doesn't matter to me. But I'll stay at any of these. I just, again, I think if you have a big family, it's tougher to stay at the All Stars. But the other ones definitely, especially Art of Animation,
Yeah.
I've kind of fell in love with that, with being a family, because it has the space. It has you walk out, you see the cars, you see Little Mermaid, you see the animation in the lobby,
Yeah.
the pictures are cool. I don't know, I felt like it's almost just as good as Pop Century now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
if when we go, me and you, we're probably gonna go to Pop.
Yeah, I agree with you. You just have to keep in mind that if you're a family of 5, let's say, you're not really going to be able to book at the All Stars or Pop Century. I'm trying to think Pop Century has a fifth sleeper or not. I don't know.
You would have to get like 2 rooms.
Yeah.
Or the suite.
Yeah, Disney might tell you no because there is no fifth sleeper. So it's not like you can have 10 people in one room, right? You might be able to swing 5. I don't really know how that works. We're a family of 4. We were a family of 5 growing up. I don't remember what our parents did, to be honest with you, because we were so young. But, you know, if you have questions like that, I would call Disney to ask before you book. But yeah, what we'll do is we have pictures from all of the resorts because we've stayed at all of them. So if you check out our Instagram at AdventuresInWeberland, and even on our Facebook, you can look us up on Facebook too. I'll put some pictures up from these resorts. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have pictures from all of them. Yeah. So yeah, we'll do that so you can kind of check that out and kind of see what we're talking about when we say you're immersed, in Disney, because it's very hard to explain because it literally feels like you were dropped into a movie. Yeah, and everything's just right in front of you. You feel
like it's another park almost, sometimes.
Yeah,
a little bit. Like, oh, look at all this, look at this, look at that. They put a lot of work into it that you don't really think about.
Right.
You know, with walking around, like, because the other ones don't have like Mickey in your face or whatever.
Right.
But it's not really Mickey; it's everybody else.
Yeah, and these are very kid friendly. I'm not saying that the other resorts aren't. Yeah. But these are the most kid friendly. Yeah. You know, if you have especially young kids, they are going to love staying at any of these resorts.
Yeah, and it's good for your value, like, and because you're going to spend money on flights and the parks and everything else, unless you're an annual pass holder. And this is the best bang for your buck. Yes. Really.
Agreed.
And that's why we love them so much.
Yeah. So if you have any other questions about the value resorts, again, you can either comment on this video if you're watching on YouTube. You can send us a message or a DM on Instagram. We're on TikTok, on Facebook. We'll be happy to answer any questions you have that we know if we can answer, we will. Yeah. But
we like talking to everybody. So we'd like to know your opinions. Comment below.
Absolutely.
On the YouTube video if you're watching this. If not, hit us up on the Instagram and the Facebook at AdventuresWeberland.
Yeah, so next week we'll be doing moderate resorts.
All right.
Yes, we'll talk about
which
those.
I had to ask you about. I was like, which is this moderate? Because it's like kind of a middle ground.
Yes, yeah, they are. Yeah, that's exactly what they are. Yes.
Well, thanks everybody.
Yes.
And we'll hang out with you on the next Adventures in Weberland.